Hello there and welcome. I'm Peggy. Thank you for tuning us in today. And you know, as I sit here thinking about the purpose of the Peggy Denny Show, sure, we have a good time and we have good recipes to share and lots of things that happen every day. But our purpose is to give you good information on a variety of subjects, and that's what we're going to start with today. And I'm very pleased to have the Greenville Family Partnership here, and I'm going to learn right along with you on their mission and what's going on. And they're busy people, and thank you for coming. And I want to introduce Corin Hewins.
Hello.
And she is a community prevention specialist.
Yes, ma'am.
And then Emily Harper, and Emily is a prevention education coordinator. Okay, all right, sounds like two big jobs. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
What does the Greenville Family Partnership, what are you trying to do?
Well, we are a prevention organization, so we go out into the communities and the schools, and we talk to about all types of topics: drugs, alcohol, tobacco, even bullying and anger management, and just basic communication skills.
So you're aiming at school-age people?
Yes, and parents as well, because it's a partnership, you know, just like our name. You have to, you know, work together to really prevent these things from happening.
How long has the Greenville Family Partnership been in existence? When did it start? Do you know?
Oh yeah, 33. It'll be 33 years.
Oh my goodness!
Yes. So a group of moms, you know, they were around the table, and they wanted a way to, you know, help prevent our children from being trapped by drugs and alcohol, and that's where it all started.
And tobacco.
And yes.
And cigarette
And
smoking.
cigarettes, definitely.
Yes.
And if you can keep kids on that straight and narrow and not get into these things,
Right.
it'll be a great blessing.
Yes.
So now, do you have special meetings, or do you need people to join? Tell us about it.
Well, we have events throughout the year that we're calling community talks, and so that's bringing the community together, and we're just talking about a lot of different things going on in Greenville. It's mainly parents, and we talk about how you can talk to your children about these topics, and you know, certain terms to help them recognize, you know, if their kids are talking about something that, you know, oh, I actually know that that's, you know, not a toy, that's, you know, another code name for a drug. So different things like that, so they can get involved and learn more about their kids and keep them safe.
And you know, I think some of us, we're cozy, and we go to church, and we think we're living a pretty good life, and our family's intact, and we don't always know the impact from outside that our kids are experiencing all the time.
Yeah.
It's scary.
It's very, you have to be heavily involved in your children's life. We're not that old, so we know, you know, what teenagers are thinking. We know what kids are thinking, and you can never know enough about your child. You can never know. So community talks is a great way to understand what's going on in school, middle school, high school, elementary school, so you can stay on top of these things, because if you don't ask the children, they won't tell you. And
so you're talking drug abuse, alcohol abuse, bullying, all the things that affect our kids.
Yes.
And it isn't just high school age. It's what, for even in grade school, right?
Yes, we get into the schools as early as first grade and work in the middle schools and the high schools as well. So we try to reach as many as possible.
Okay, well, you say you get into the schools. What, do you have to be invited into the schools? You go to public schools, Christian schools? Tell us about it.
We go to all public schools, Christian schools. We go to community centers, and typically they will call us and say, you know, we're having a real problem with bullying, or we want you to come and talk about tobacco. And we go in and we'll do a program, and we talk to the kids and interact with them and just see how they're feeling and the way that they answer our questions and stuff, so that we can build our programs better as well.
So do you hear from the schools? Do you have to be invited into a school, or how does this work?
Technically, we do need to be invited, but
You can't just knock on the door and say,
Right.
we hear you have a problem, we're here.
Yes. But actually, one of our events coming up the end of October is National Red Ribbon Week. So I'm sure everyone's
Okay,
heard
we've
of
all
that.
heard National Red Ribbon Week. Now tell us about it. What can we do to help?
Well, Red Ribbon Week, it's October 23rd through 31st, and it's pretty much a whole week to drug awareness, alcohol awareness, just anything about the dangers of drugs and alcohol, tobacco. And normally it's just in the schools. Only the schools do things. They might have like a parade or a spirit day where they talk about drugs and alcohol. But we really want to get into the community. So churches can get involved with Red Ribbon Week. Community centers can get involved with Red Ribbon Week because drugs are all around us. And the church is kind of like the center of the community. That's where a lot of people go, different angles of the community. So we want you guys to get involved. We want the church to know about Red Ribbon Week and spread the awareness as well.
You just said something that is frightening when you said drugs are all around us.
Right.
And I guess many of us, we don't realize, especially if our children have grown and gone out away from school. I mean, they've graduated and they've gone on and done other things and they're not home anymore. So, but when you have those children coming home from school every day, and you got to have eyes in the back of your head.
Well, that's where Red Ribbon Week comes in because, like Emily have said before, it's easier to prevent than to treat. So when you think about, people say I could have done this or if I would have known that, Red Ribbon Week, that's a whole week to kind of educate you on, what drugs and alcohol do to your body. So why not get involved in something like this? Why not try to promote it? Why not try to get people to know what Red Ribbon Week is all about?
So Red Ribbon Week is actually coming up in October, right?
Yes. October the 23rd through 31st. So it ends on Halloween.
Okay.
Which is a
And
great kind of
you
way.
will have programs in the schools and the community all during that, and in churches. All right. What do you need from people? Do you need like a Sunday school class or a church to call and say, do you have somebody who can give us a program so that we know what's going on?
Yes, that's a great way to start. Please call us, and Corin and I are working on a Red Ribbon video to talk about activities and themes you can use and different ideas so that, even if we can't come to your church or school, you can do something within your classroom or Sunday school class. But please call us and request a program, and we'd be glad to get it on our schedule.
Okay, now tell me, this Greenville Family Partnership, how do you need people do people join it? Does it cost money? Fill us in. Everybody's heard Greenville Family Partnership, but we don't really know what it is.
Well, we really want people to understand that you can do things within your community. You don't have to do it, just come to GFP. So for instance, community talks, you can come to one of our community talks to get more involved, to take things back to your community, or Red Ribbon Week where you can get involved with your church. You can find out information that we have for you guys and resources that we have and take it back to your church. You can get involved anytime at our community, and we're always taking volunteers different times of the year.
So you do need help from people.
For certain events, yes. But right now we really want people to understand that you can learn a lot of things and take it back to your community. We want people to get involved by taking it back to their community and understanding that, you can actually help prevent drugs and alcohol from overtaking your community.
And if parents hear this, can they go to the school and maybe talk to the principal and say, hey, I saw these people on TV, and they would come into the school and give us a program. Maybe even a parents' night. Not with the kids, but a parents' night.
Yes, and we do that a lot too, where we go into the schools and go to a PTA meeting, or some elementary schools have transition nights for 5th graders going into middle school. That's a huge time where we can get in there and talk to parents and, just give them little tips. Like on that car ride home from school, that 15 minutes, you can, utilize that time to really talk to your kids and ask them questions that will get them talking.
Yeah.
And it's the way you do it.
Right, exactly.
If you can give people some help on how to approach, not like you're beating up on your kids or accusing them of doing anything.
Exactly.
But you just want information.
That's right.
So you do programs.
Yes.
available. So if someone from a church, a Sunday school, a community, a school even, they can call the number that we have on the screen, and you will come and do a program for them.
Yes, yes. Please feel free to call us anytime, and we will work you in and get it out there and let you know what you can do to help prevent kids from starting.
How do you know where the problem exists? I mean, is it everywhere, or is it certain schools are worse, or how do you determine?
Well, you know, each school, each community, they all have different issues. Whether it can be they have a drug problem or alcohol problem or a bullying problem. A lot of schools have a lot of bullying going on because social media is on the rise. So everyone has a cell phone, everyone has a Facebook, everyone has an Instagram. Yeah. That's where a lot of it starts. A lot of the root for bullying starts there.
The bullying starts with the cell phones and the...
Well, you know, because kids, they don't have to be, you know, they don't have to confront someone. It's just, I can be mean to you behind a computer screen, or I can be mean to you through a text message. You don't have to see me, but I'm still bullying you. So, you know, it's important to understand how to handle that and, you know, take the proper steps to, you know, we can't really get rid of bullying. Well, it'll always be here, just like drugs and alcohol, but we can prevent students and kids from further getting involved in it, in bullying and drugs and stuff like that.
So this, you know, it's amazing that we have this so prevalently in our society.
Yes.
And it's scary.
Yeah,
it's really scary to think that our children are subjected to all this stuff on a daily basis.
Yes. That's what we have an event called, we're going to view a movie called Generation Found, and it's about a community in Houston, Texas, who saved a lot of their kids from being addicted to drugs. And
okay, we are going to go to a quick break now. I want to come back, and I want you to fill us in on that. Okay. What happened in Texas can happen here.
Yeah, that's
right?
right.
We'll be right back.